Hello there, YouTubers. Cobra or Hack850, depending upon who you're talking to. Here today with a Wargame Red Dragon replay. This is very shortly after I got the Israeli Defense Force downloaded, and this is my very first game with these guys. Played it a day or two ago. And I was pretty excited. I really like the 10v10 tacticals. It's kind of the way I tend to play. I like having my little bit to do, and then supporting other players is really nice. You know, I tend to be a recon and AA guy. Anyhow, enough about my playstyle. Let's see the video. I'm gonna speed it up real quick. My Picud is I don't think that's how it's actually pronounced, but almost everybody in this game was running an Israeli deck. I was pretty excited because this was the first time I've been able to run, so I decided I was going to do some infantry. I believe, if I remember correctly, I was playing a IDF motor deck. Let me see what kind of units I have out here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I had a motor deck. And then my next one I played with an Israeli mechanized deck, just to kind of see, you know, I just wanted to get a good feel for the different types of units, so see what I had out there. And truth be told, I do not remember sort of the big things in this. I do know that we won, but I do not remember exactly how. You see all those Israeli units. There's a Tam short arrow. Not exactly an Israeli unit. Ooh, very first engagement here. We see some murals. Saw some guys over here. Lots of these newer Israeli Lars. This is the 160. These guys have the clusters. Throwing cluster bombs at the enemy T-80 UK. It's going to come back to haunt us, I imagine. Alright, so hitting the town hard. Nice. Get the Moderna in there. I always like to go kind of wide up around. Keeps my units relatively safe, but I do get there a little slower. So Skrin is up here with me. I was almost Pyromaniac. He was very quick getting in there. Alright. And our left flank seems to be having some issues. I'm a little worried about that over there, but yeah. I know at the time I was busy trying to figure out how to best use these maglines. I knew they had the Moderna up there. I knew I wanted to get that taken care of. Me and that guy with our maglines there. These units are a little bit overpowered, I think. There are definitely ways to beat them, but they are pretty awesome. Doing a little probing here. I was setting up a defensive perimeter to protect my Picud. That was the idea. Just trying to make sure there's nothing interesting over here you guys want to see. At T-80 UK, hanging out. Sorry, I was getting a text message. Anyhow, so moving up over here. I'm a pretty cautious player. I do, you know, I'm more than happy to play offense, but pretty cautious. Burning some trees. Environmentalists would be very unhappy with that. Okay. Ooh. Poor guy. I believe that was one of my first losses. And I was really trying to keep this protected. I got, not sure if you guys have played with Israel too much, but sort of the short range recon AA from them. I like them. I've used them to decent effect since this game. Speed it up just a little bit. I know I play a little cautious, so caught the glimpse of something over there. That's why I left this maglan over here. Thought I should get some more supplies on up. I think there were actually bad guys in this tree line, but I do not remember for sure. The Ram AT, I'm trying to bring those in. I like the cheap spammability of them. Their gun is not particularly effective. It's like 30% accuracy, so you really don't get much. I was kind of hesitant to move up in here with that gentleman burning everything, but here pretty quick we'll see some movement. I wanted to get this unit over here to kind of see what's what, spot for the Maglan a little bit, you know, shoot and move, shoot and move. So just kind of holding the line, waiting for things to happen over here. Load some guys up, bring them out over here. Oh no, they're bad guys, oh no. So, this is when I kind of thought, they know we're here. We gotta push a little bit. This guy's screwing, he does a really good job. I'm in there with the Gavatis, and they are a pretty good shock unit. Their AA leaves a little to be desired, but they do pretty good overall. Burning for the sake of burning. Get that Merkava up there. I wanted to push a little harder than he did. Granted, I don't have a Merkava. We figure I gotta go clear this out. Some good fire support there with the Messiahs. The Israelis are like the only guys on the blue floor to get some grenade launcher infantry, and I love the grenade launcher infantry. They do such a good job of just killing stuff. As far as infantry goes, obviously. This Yasser Nimrod is another new unit from Israel. You can see there that they have the Nimrod missiles, hence the name, but they do a really good job. I was trying to push up. I didn't realize he was bringing in some resupplies for stuff. I thought his Merkava was just kind of toast, you know, as far as the ammo goes. Or, not ammo, but fuel goes. Ram AT actually killed something, which is kind of a rarity, considering their, I'll show you here, 30% accuracy. We're doing okay. You know, left is holding the line quite well. They were getting some reinforcements there. I was just, he asked me to wait, so I was waiting. Yeah, doing what I can. Get that figured out over there. Also, supplies, awesome. You will see this Oshkosh will follow us up, and he will be feeding that Merkava. They do not have particularly good range. I'll pause it real quick and show you. They don't have particularly good range. 500 kilometers. It's not bad. It's just not good. You know, just to put it in perspective real quick, the Ram AT, 800 kilometers, almost twice as far. Just to kind of put it in perspective for you. So, with any sort of push with these Merkavas, you're going to need resupplies not too far behind. I was kind of trying to flank up here, kind of cut these guys off as they go away, but his units started getting eaten up there. Danger close, already support. Never hurt most people. Yeah, pushing in. And I knew they still had some stuff over here, but I was hesitant to kind of push these guys in. Just because of the grenade launcher infantry, they need kind of open space. At least in my experience, they need open space to really kill stuff. Close range, they get stunned pretty easily. They're only a 5-man squad, so they don't last too long up close and personal. Gavati's still moving up. Merkava doing a great job. He took his infantry back there. There's no way they're gonna survive. We do a pretty good job on this push. Merkava chewing these bad guys up. They were doing, I mean, an amazing job. Those Merkavas are great. The Merkava 2A, specifically with its grenade launcher, is really good at taking out infantry. So the Oshkosh, oh, lit some stuff on fire here. I was trying to pull back. He just wanted to go. Poor Oshkosh. So this is when I start to move these guys up once I know this forest is clear, or relatively clear. Just because I don't want these guys to get pegged. It's unfortunate when they do. I think there was some bombing that happened here, but I'm not 100%. Merkava clearing some shit out. Come up with that Ram AT, the Masayats, you know, want the good recce here. Maglan, I'm still having him protect the Pikud. You know, I don't... Good anti-air, good guy there. I just wanted to make sure these guys didn't get killed off. Bringing in, this is going to be another Maglan in a Ram recce, which is pretty sweet. These guys have good optics, if you can see that down there on the left. So, 15 points, good optics. They're fast, pretty good range. You know, they're not heavily armored or armed, but what can you do? Hammer, I forget what is in there. We'll find out here soon. Yasser Nimrod coming up to clear the way. Maglans, so throwing some stuff up there. T80 UK is over here, so we want to try and take that out, but yeah, a little worried. I thought you're getting a little too close. The issue here, I'm just going to go into tactics real quick. So the issue here is the Maglan 2400 meter range, excuse me. The tank 2275, 2300 meter range. You got to get close, but the issue is if you're too close, that main gun he can take out. Which is why for me, for my ATGM infantry, I always use attack move when I'm moving up. Again, you know, across open space, at least it's very much like that. Especially when I know there's an enemy tank nearby. Try and keep them on the very edge of that range. You know, use that, you know, 300 meters you have, 300 meters you have, you know, to help you out as much as you can. Moving these guys in. I changed direction in the last second. Rather than having them go in here, like, might as well take the town. That was kind of cool. I'm not going to say lucky because our guy was going up there, but you know, taking these red Vetkas out, or at least getting them to the point where they're not going to be as much of a threat. I was trying to get some resupply in here for these guys, as well as just kind of supporting this push a little bit more. Ran out of supplies. You know, the Oshkosh got taken out over there, so he's bringing those up. Skrin, really good player, did a really good job pushing. I think even the next couple games I play that I'll be showing you guys, I'm pretty sure I was playing with these same guys for the most part. So getting my Maglan moved up, I kind of figured we were far enough up, not a big deal. Kind of wanted the TCM to hang back. He doesn't have super good range, but I definitely didn't want him to get taken out, you know, by some air. But these guys get in here. I call in some dudes to help out. A little too late. I believe I got some Bedouins in here, as well as a Sherman. Just a very cheap, or Sherman, rather. Very cheap unit, just to kind of push these guys back, you know. They just have 1 or 2 units of infantry in here, and I knew we need to kind of get them taken out. So that was just to support, you know, trying to help out a little bit. Doing a pretty good job pushing on the left side, or at least holding the left side. Up over here, I wanted to get these units moved in. You know, there's not much I can do as far as the range goes for these guys, but get them a little closer, works out, you know. Got town held pretty well, which again, I'm a super defensive player when it comes to this. I can push, as you can tell, but even when I push, I do it pretty conservatively. I could be more aggressive. You know, I have the recon, other than the Maglan here, I have the recon. Almost all these units are recon that I have coming up here. I should have seen those guys first. I should have been pushing on them, but what can you do? I'm providing a little AA over here with the Ram TCM. I think I'm the only AA that's up here. I think the short arrow, yeah, he's back there. You know, he's being used by a dude who's just not, he's not involved in that fight. He's hanging out over here. He's got units on both sides of the map. He's just not going to move up with us. He's not going to think about it. Not going to worry about it. He starts pushing with the Merkava 2A. He didn't need me. I think I do get the Guvadis in here, but he didn't need me. He's doing a fine job. Oh, that's right. They have that infantry down in here. Move that guy over. He's just a tripwire. And I believe I moved these guys in here, if I remember right. Anyhow, let's see what's going on. I do get the Gavadis in. That's right. Very nice of Skrin to move his unit so my guys could get into cover quickly. The TCM here, I knew they had a helicopter somewhere in here. I had seen it at some point. But also, he's the only AA, so I really wanted to make sure he didn't get killed. Because he's the only guy who can provide too much. I thought, there it is. I thought I'd try and do a little flanky flank with this. Try and support that, you know, make sure this guy gets this guy before these guys get got. Anyhow, moving up. We're pushing pretty hard now, as you can tell. Getting these guys in. Yeah, the mess I had. I bring those guys in. Tripwires everywhere. Alright, got all those really cheap units, but what a great airstrike. Talk about close air support. I do not know who called that in, but whoever that was did great. Danger close. I'm not opposed to it. Huge fan of getting that arty and air support right in there where you need it. And this was mostly, I was just trying to get these guys in so I can come down in here and screw them up. I did not realize how close the game was to ending. I very rarely pay that much attention to the clock. So, Skrin, Pyromaniac, they're doing a great job of pushing. They know that there's 20 seconds left in the game, or a second left at this point. They did a much better job at time management than I did. So, now we'll just look over here. We'll just close that just for now. So I did all right point-wise. Really, very few losses. That's my point of pride for this game. Really playing cautiously, just trying to figure out how the Israelis work, more than anything else. Major victory. That is obviously more attributable to my buddies than to me, given the rather poor kills, but pretty impressive casualty rate. That Ram TCM, I think he paid off. I mean, he's a sort of like 35 or 50 point unit, something like that. Killed like a 40 or 45 point helicopter. The important part is that I had him there, and he was able to take this guy out before he could take out my other dudes. Or that Merkava, which for me, I was just a big fan of helping that guy out with the Merkava. Ram AT, do a pretty good job. I really like that unit. I know it's a silly unit, but I really like him. The Maglan, I only had the one that's on account of me being too conservative with them. The Gavadis and that push, they got most of my points. Hammers, 10-point transport, 10-point transports. So lost a few transports, but on the whole, pretty good game. I will start up the next one, but I'm going to do a separate video so you guys don't get bored. Alright, well, this is Cobra /Hack850 signing off.